What's happening, Shredder Nation? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another edition of Shred Your Body. I'm your host, Jesse James Jamnik, and I am really freaking excited about tonight's special guest. This woman, in my opinion, is absolutely a walking example of exactly what can happen when we choose to commit to ourselves, when we raise our hand, when we say yes, when we say enough is enough. I mean, I've gotten to learn her and I've gotten to learn about her story. I've talked to her coaches and they cannot say enough good things about her. The one and only Dr. Ina and Glenn Nozak have been a huge help for this woman. She is a special person in the Shredder community. And I'm really excited. Since she started her journey way back when, and we'll dive into that, this amazing person has actually dropped over 80 pounds or has dropped 80 pounds, and she is 20 pounds away from the prestigious 100-pound club. And I don't know if you can wrap your brain around that, but that is just epic shit right there. Absolute epic shit when somebody can actually commit and drop 100 pounds, because it takes hard work, it takes dedication, it takes sacrifice, and my God, this woman is definitely it. So I am super excited to dive into her story. If this is your first time joining us, thank you for spending some time with us. Please drop into the comments. Let me know where it is that you're coming in from. If you can support throughout this, make sure that you're dropping in. I already see people coming. Jason, April, Lenny, Diane. Oh my gosh, keep them coming. The whole goal of this, every single week, we launched the ER Shred in October of last year. And since that time, it has just been absolutely mind-blowing to watch the lives that have transformed both physically, mentally. I mean, it's absolutely, it touches my soul. It touches my heart. It fills this special place. It's something that I've tried to do for so long. And to see so many people literally coming alive from the inside out, it just melts my freaking heart and it makes me so happy. This is a special community. It's absolutely free to anyone. Scrolling across the bottom, you can check it out. It's ershredders.com. It will take you right into our community. Please come join us. We welcome anybody with open arms. We are here to support you. We're here to help you. We're here to lift you up. We're here to hug you. We're here to cry with you. We're here to do whatever it is that you need. That's what this community is about. And every single week, it is my mission to show up every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern to pick another person who has just absolutely blown it out of the water, but not just blown it out of the water with their goals. They are an important part of this community. They interact, they give value, they give love, they show up, they learn, they coach. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in my very special guest, the one, the only, Miss Heidi Ryder. What's happening, Heidi?
Hi, Jesse.
I am so excited that you are here. What's that?
To you, a butter shot.
Oh, wait a minute. We got our shot. Heidi requested that we do a shot. I have not melted mine, so of course I'm going to go in Jesse style, and I'm just going to take a tablespoon of this stuff. You go for it, Heidi. Say 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
There we go. I'm going to eat that because what we've come to learn is that for 60 years, hold on, I got to chew my butter. For 60 years, we've been lied to. And the biggest mistake that we have ever freaking made is taking fat out of the human diet. So to eat good quality grass-fed butter, if you understand the euphoric feeling that you get when you become fat adapted, which I hope Heidi's going to kind of tap into a little bit tonight, you would understand why we just did that, and you would be jumping on the freaking butter train yourself. I still have butter in my back teeth.
I just wanted to have a toast to you, Sean, Crystal, everybody who is watching right now. This is an amazing group that has changed my life. And I just wanted to have a butter toast.
I love it. I will have a toast of butter with you any day of the week for sure. So
when we
Heidi,
were together.
let's dive into this. You have over the time, now what is the total time since you have, I know you've struggled with your weight for a very, very long time, your whole life. You grew up with a German mom who, a German family where from your story, I learned that if you were skinny, in the mindset of you and your family growing up, that meant that you were poor. So you had a mom that loved to cook, that loved to bake. I mean, food was, tell us about food and you growing up and how much of an integral part of life food was. What did you learn from a very, very young age?
Okay, Jesse, I was skinny only twice in my life. The day I was born, okay, 21 and a half inches, weighing 6 pounds, I looked like a snake. And that's what my mother said. And then at the age of 10, I had a huge operation in the hospital for a month, lost 25 pounds, and I was skinny. But that was it. All my life, I struggled with my weight, and I was fat. I was always called fat. I was bullied as a kid. With my name Heidi, I was always called Heidi Ho.
Yeah. And so that's horrible. I mean, and Heidi, oh God, I can relate to that so much. I know I've told you my story and stuff, but that was what got me going as a kid is I grew up a fat kid. Like I was the one made fun of. I was the one that was always kind of the easy one to pick on and never really felt like you had friends, right? Because you had these people you hung out with, but at the same time, they'd be the first ones to turn around and make fun of you. And man, kids are ruthless, kids are mean, but kids are honest too, right? At the same thing. And I say that because you had a special moment with a child that we're going to jump into. Don't tell it just yet, but it really kind of catapulted. And that's a really special why that you have there. But for you, I know you struggled with the weight, but what was it like with food? Like was mom was it just always food based on everything? Was it food for every holiday? Was it food for every celebration? Like where did food have this big thing?
I had an amazing mother who learned how to cook, bake, and sew in Germany. The ultimate domesticated woman. Okay. She loved to feed people. I was the first of 3 born. I was the oldest and I had 2 brothers, younger than me.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I know my father wished he had a boy first. German family, take over the business, the whole bit, But going back to my mother, she loved to feed people. She loved to entertain. Everybody that knows my mother said she was the best. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that's a positive, right? You have these good role models and stuff. And, moms obviously try to do their best. It's not necessarily right or wrong. What is really right and wrong in that situation, right? I know I have a kid. There's nobody that says, oh, here's a playbook on what to follow. You just kind of figure it out as you go, obviously, right? So for you, when was it, what age was it about that you realized that, weight was an issue? Like when did it start bothering you? Because for a certain period of time as a kid, like we just kind of have no worries in the world, right? Like it's a place that I wish I could have stayed at for a long time. Cause I really screwed up 20 years of my life, letting that brain of mine get in the way. And I wish I had that childhood, like I have 0 cares in the world type of mindset, right? When did that start affecting you? When did you start to realize that it was
all my life as a kid?
As long as you can remember.
I started with my mother loving to feed people, and then my grandparents from Germany would come, and if you didn't eat everything on your plate, they came from a country war, no food, you eat everything on from your plate, and if you don't get dessert. Mom every single day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it all started. Then later on, I was craving sugar and I would sneak and have another piece of cake at night. And then she would catch me and then she would say, stop it, you're going to get fat. Well, I was already fat. It was a bad mindset, with food.
Yeah. That's interesting. So she would feed you, bake all this stuff, and then catch you eating, but say, don't do that because you're going to get fat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not even realizing that words, it's crazy. I've studied a lot, not just with food and nutrition and, values and what we need, like the heck with all that clinical nutrition crap, right? Like one of the coolest things with the ER shred is that the major difference that I feel is the motivation we give everybody, the tracks to run on. We don't necessarily give all the answers and say, eat all of this and eat all of that, right? Like, people are like, oh, I don't know which way to go. And I'm like, that's great. Let's figure it out, right? Like stay in the fight, figure it out. But, food is very confusing. And if you start off at a young age, not understanding the value of food and what food is supposed to do, which food to me is supposed to fuel us. It's supposed to give us energy. It's supposed to make us feel alive. You start to create these mindsets and these thoughts and these habits, and they start to carry with you, right? So that's childhood. And then we get up into, teenage years. Talk to me about that. I mean, was that a little bit tougher for you? I mean, I would imagine weight at that point was still, you were obviously bigger. Did you struggle with any of that? What was mindset like and stuff? What was life like in that point?
So let's go back also to my childhood.
Let's do it.
The way my mother cooked was very, very rich. And I didn't know it at the time, but I had a Slovakian blood disorder called Spherecytosis.
Okay.
So that meant that my blood cells were oval instead of round. And when it got filtered through the spleen, pieces broke off and it enlarged the spleen. At the age of 10, so every night after dinner, I would get sick because of this rich food that my mother was making. At 10, I was in the hospital for a month. Eventually had my gallbladder, gallstones, and spleen taken out.
At 10 years old?
At 10.
Holy mackerel.
And lost 25 pounds. But the whole time, I have two brothers that are eating, not getting, heavy, are skinny, are active, playing sports. And I was this fat kid. And I'll never forget, my father loved skiing coming from Germany,
Mm-hmm.
And we would go skiing and I would fall down, have problems getting up. And he would say, like, how can you be so goddamn stupid? Because I couldn't get up. I'll never forget that. My father was great. Everyone loved my father. He was. But when it came to being a girl and fat and not being like my brothers and athletic and everything, I hated my childhood.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like, it's crazy because it sounds like you had so much love from a parenting perspective, but yet at the same time, they didn't realize that the words that they used were just as harsh as a beating, verbal abuse and verbal carnage is something that's so powerful and so underlooked. And it's something that look you're still talking about this today, even after all these years, even after you've done all this work, even after I know the time and the sacrifice and the hours and the money that you put into getting to where you're at right now in life. It still comes up, and that's just to show you how powerful that is. But I hope that you are stepping into that place of loving yourself more now and realizing the value and just how beautiful life is. And from watching you play with those grandkids and do all these things today, I think that you are, and I'm super, super proud of you for being able to stick through that and fight through that, because that's tough to get over that verbal vomiting, I'll call it, right? To really kind of break that.
I'm 63 years old, and I would never want to go back and be younger. I am loving myself, loving life more than I've ever in my entire life. And, with the help of Dr. Ina and the Restart program and the finally free program, and then ER Shred. Loving life totally.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Okay. So let's go back to my thing. Teenage years now, right? Did you find those to be a little bit harder for you because you were coming into an adult now and you could start to think a little bit more and maybe feelings were there? Like what do you remember about that part of life? I know for me, I'll be honest, like it's hard because I try to forget it all and block it out. And I spent so much time blocking it out when now I realize I really just needed to face it and deal with it and address it. And that's hard shit to do. But what was it like for you? Do you remember anything at that point that was that stood out to you at all?
Jesse, back then there were greasers and there were jocks. And I was in the middle and I didn't have friends. I had one friend, one really good friend, So I'm grateful that my parents taught me good work ethics. We belonged to a German club at the age of, 13, even younger. I was babysitting then at 13, working at the German club. My parents taught me good work ethic. So I worked and saved, And even during high school, I worked on the weekends. So yeah, I didn't have that fun. I had boyfriends, don't get me wrong, but no, I didn't have friends and constantly dieting because then I'm working in a restaurant, tried everything, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, you name it, like you.
Yeah, when did you start, Heidi? When did you start trying to address your health? What age do you think that was when you started to try to address your weight struggle? Because you've been trying this for quite some time.
Yeah. I can remember even as a young kid going to my girlfriend's house and her mother was watching Jacqueline or something, exercise, but when you're heavy, you can't even exercise,
Yeah. So you're talking like this is like teenage years?
Even younger.
Even younger.
I think teenage years, definitely. I just focused on working, my brothers were taken on the job with the business. My father had his own framing contracting business, builder.
Yeah.
But, of course, I'm the girl. I wasn't part of the business at all, So I worked in the restaurant business and worked and saved. And my mother taught me how to invest my money. At 20, I wanted a brand new car. And she said, no, you have a car. But the most important thing in life is a roof over your head. So at 20, she said, buy a duplex. And she found a duplex for me. And at 20, I owned a duplex,
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. So the dieting for you, I know you said early on, like, what would you say in that point of life that you were like, okay, enough, and that you really kind of started to dive into whatever you would want to call it? Like, was it losing weight at that time? Was it getting healthier at that time? Was it whatever it may be? Like how long have you aggressively been attacking the health issues that you knew were part of life?
To be honest with you, I can remember, always having a weight problem, up, down, yo-yo. When I had my first child, my son, I felt the best, I took care of this, baby that I was carrying. So I really took great care of myself. But then after he was born, the stress of, being a new mom and everything, the weight just got worse.
Weight just piled back up. Yeah. And did you feel, was it frustrating to you? Did it seem like it affected, I mean, a lot of people that I've talked to, Heidi, that struggle with weight and stuff, confidence is a big issue. That affects the way we show up. That affects how we show up as a mom. It affects how we show up as a husband or wife. It affects how we show up as, a person to our work. Like, we don't realize how much it is, and one of the saddest things for me is watching somebody who's struggling, almost start to make fun of themselves and crack jokes, because it almost feels better to laugh at yourself. And, instead of to go. And it's like, you start to, you have these things, and it's like, when you start to hit these, it seems like you were doing it for, did you know that it was just the healthy thing to do, or was it just more the perceived, like, oh gosh, like I feel out of place type of deal? Was it a confidence thing? Like, what do you think was the moment for you that kind of like shifted, even though you maybe didn't figure it out at that time, and it took many years of trial and tribulation? What kind of made that shift for you? Because if people are stuck out there and they're in that spot, you know what I mean? Like, it's good to show that we struggled. It's good to show the past and explain where we came from, because that sets the base of where, you start to look at it from the outside in, and it really starts to help. And I'm sure Dr. Ina spent some time with you plugging away and pulling all this stuff out, and I mean, trying to identify the triggers and the situations of what caused you to get to that point in the first place, because I don't think anybody just wakes up and goes, man, I want to be overweight. I don't want to feel good every day. I want to be in pain and lacking energy. Like, I don't think anybody can honestly look me in the face and say, I want to feel that way every day of their life. But why do so many people get stuck,
Just addicted to food, addicted to sugar. I wasn't addicted to alcohol or drugs. I was just addicted to sugar and carbs and food. Extremely depressed. I remember, as a teenager, walking down my street, sitting on a curb and, thinking, yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah. And then I had those feelings again after having 2 children, and just not loving myself, They say you can't love others until you love yourself, but I never felt that,
Yeah.
Always just taking care of others, extremely depressed to the point where my husband took me to the doctors, and back then Prozac was the thing to take. I remember now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now that you're pulling this all out of me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sadly, medication is still the first answer that we turn to, not realizing the powerful effect that, good nutrition can have, not just physically, but mentally and mood wise. And man, can it affect so much, right? As I'm sure you've experienced now, along this recent journey of yours. And it's kind of sad to think about, right? Like, you needed help, and the only thing that they say is, oh, here's a pill. Here's a pill. Here's a pill. And then before you know it, you're taking a pill to combat the side effects of the pill. And do you know the average adult American is actually taking between 3 and 6 prescription medications?
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Yeah. And then back then I did find out that I had an underactive thyroid, so put on Synthroid,
Yeah.
But not until I found Isagenix,
Yeah.
My brother did it first, and he released in 9 days 16 pounds. I know we don't claim that we cure, and but he also quit smoking.
Okay.
Because back then you couldn't have coffee, and his routine in the morning was going to Wawa. I don't know if anybody,
I know Wawa.
Yeah. Coffee and a pack of cigarettes, So he thought if he couldn't have coffee, I might as well try to stop smoking.
Yeah.
He lost the craving. It was easier, he said, to quit smoking than it was not to eat on a cleanse day.
Wow.
But he has never touched
it since
then.
Yeah. Well, that's an amazing story, and congratulations to your brother. So we should all be thanking him for you being here today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hopefully he gets big hugs from you. So this is now, so you said that you're 63. You started with this nutrition, our supplier of our supplements and our brands because of the high quality, the science, the testing, there's nothing else like it. Trust me, I've searched for 20 years. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
There's plenty of science to back that up. That's not even opinion, but this is about 10 years ago now, right? So for 53 years of your life, you've suffered with weight issues, with feeling chronically depressed, with moments of, I don't know if I should be here, if I should live here, if I should even be on this planet. Do I even have a spot here? Even after you had children, you said this was still some of the thoughts and the processes. And obviously we know you love the kids and we know you love family. I mean, that's a big part of your life, from just getting to know you. Like, we can all understand that, but it's crazy to me to think that you would have these thoughts. And I'm trying to show people that, if you're in this place, number one, it's okay. It's okay. Like, there's definitely a way there. You just don't quit, I guess, is my biggest. I need to get that out there as a public service announcement. Like, you are loved. You do belong here. There is always a place for you. You might have just not found your people yet. You might have just not found your tribe yet. And man, that's what I love the most. That, Heidi, like, our tribe of all walks of life, of all generations, of all ethnicities, we don't care. We don't care, because on the inside, we're all human. We all bleed red. We all have hearts. We all have feelings. Like, we all belong. Everybody has a superpower. And when you bring those superpowers together and people use their talents for greater good, and you learn to put them together, and you take that log, that superpower, and you throw it onto the bigger bonfire, as Sean always says, we burn brighter, we burn longer, we burn more sustained, and we are a force that can't be reckoned with, right? So I just had to get that out there for those people that struggle.
This community is a no judgment group. You can share, where even with family and friends, it's hard to share.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of negativity, I get it from my own son and daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came back from Florida, and to this day I haven't heard like, oh wow, Mom, you look great. What are you doing? But it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me.
Can you say that? Can you say that one more time?
I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me. For the first time, I've taken care of them all my life, but now it's for me. I have grandchildren, that love me unconditionally, yes. Jake did say,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Should we go into that, or?
Yeah, I just want to, hold on. Let's just breathe that in. Like, I don't understand if people realize, Heidi, like, I'm going to tell you personally, I've told you before, but I'm going to tell you again, I am so proud of you. To take that power back. I mean, you just told me a story of how you sat on a curb and didn't think that you had a place to be. And through hard work, through never giving up, through showing up and showing up and showing up. And there's a lot of failures in that showing up. And there's a lot of people that will quit. There's a lot of people that will play the victim mentality. There's a lot of people that will blame everybody else but themselves. And you kept showing up and showing up and showing up. And it finally clicked for you. And now you're at a place in life where you just said you are doing it for no one else but yourself. And I don't think people realize, Heidi, especially parents. One of the things that drives me batshit crazy is when people say to me, well, I'm going to just sacrifice it all for my kids. And I'm like, listen, I get it. Like, I would take a bullet. I would die for my daughter. I would do anything. But unfortunately, life isn't always peaches and roses and cream and rainbows and sunshine, right? Like sometimes you got to make those sacrifices. And unless you are fully taking care of yourself, your soul is full, your mind is taken care of, your physical ability to perform every day, how in the world can you be the best person for the one that you're supposedly sacrificing it all for? And for you to say that in this moment, that is a blessing. And I hope you realize that power that you have given to yourself. And for anybody else watching, if you're not there yet, you got to keep doing the work. You got to do the work and surround yourself with the right people that can help you get to a place where Heidi just said that she's at right now, because that mindset, Heidi, please don't ever lose that, friend, because if you keep that at the front of your everything, girl, you're going to have enough in your cup to give to everyone and still have plenty left over for you. And that is something to be truly thankful for. That's my opinion, of course, but
absolutely. I am working to become the best version of myself.
I love that.
With my mind, my body, my soul, everything.
Yeah. Look at what Lenny says. Amen, Jesse. Take back your effing power.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. You have taken back your power. Okay. 10 years ago, you get introduced to this amazing nutritional company, and you're at a place. Where were you? Well, you were 80 pounds heavier at that point in time than you are today. Where were you physically, mentally at that point in time? And how did you, you said your brother was the first one to jump in. And then he shared this with you. And then from that point on, kind of share a little bit about your journey. What was it like when you first got your hands on this nutrition? I know you had some crazy results, but go ahead and share that with us on what happened with your first go around.
Right. So I did the 9-day.
Okay.
Right. I didn't get the 30-day because of money, Did the 9-day, lost 14 pounds. I came alive. And I wish that I had gotten the 30-day because I just wanted to keep going and going the way I felt. And I was like blown away that I could lose 14 pounds in 9 days and feel the way I was feeling. So literally, someone from the group met me, sold me a 30-day from the trunk of the car. And I kept going. Loved it, but still had my struggles along the, over the years, I truly believe that less is better with the cleansing. The more you allow people to have on a cleanse day is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you say, just do it. Stick to the protocol, it's going to work, and no, you can't have this. No, you can't have that.
Yeah. I know it does get a little crazy. So you lost 14 pounds your first go around. You still had access to the product. You got more product, same product, same everything, right? Same high quality, same whatever that you had those results on. And for the next 10 years, you still continued to utilize this nutrition, right? And you had some success, but then you kind of went backwards. And then you had some success, and then you kind of went backwards, right? Now, to me, that still sounds like the yo-yo type of thing that regular dieting unfortunately plays to so many people, right? I hear this all the time. They're like, I tried this new diet, and I'm like, great. In the first 3 weeks, I get constant calls, and people are like, oh my God. And then they kind of like trickle off. And whenever somebody stops reaching out or stops messaging me or stops calling me, I'm like, oh shit, they just went the other way. It's a tall tale sign. So for anybody out there who stops calling me, I know your game. You know what I mean? I know what's going on. But what do you think, Heidi? Like, you had access to this. You had these great results. You had these amazing results, right?
Right.
Why do you think it didn't click over those 10 years? Why do you feel that why did you keep going back and forth? Have you done the work to try to identify that with Dr. Einer at all? Have you guys identified any of those things?
Mindset, totally. You know, my
What do you
mind.
mean by that? Can you explain that a little bit more? Like, what does that mean, mindset?
You know, I totally understand better, you know, I don't know, taking, you know, I've learned from Dr. Ina to enjoy and let go. You know, it's not cheating, it's a treat. So enjoy and let go.
Yes.
You know, before it's like, oh my God, I was bad. I had this and I shouldn't have. And you wake up in the morning and you're mad at yourself, you know, and okay, I'm going to try again. And then by the time 3 o'clock comes, you know, it's every day the same.
Yeah.
Bit.
Have you ever thought about, so you just described a great thing, right? Or a certain situation where you said, you know, you did this and you would have a so-called cheat, because that's what we've been, you know, oh, have a cheat day. Oh, say, you know, do this, anything that fits within my numbers and all this stupid shit that's put out there. That's just
Sunday is a cheat.
So silly. But the key thing is this, Heidi, have you done some work or identified yet that the punishment that you gave to yourself might have been a reflection of the words that were chosen and used against you, not purposefully, but used against you by mom and dad, where mom would say, don't eat that, Heidi, you're going to get fat. And now you cheat and you go, oh my God, I'm going to get fat. And you're doing it to yourself. You're literally taking mom's words and saying it to yourself now and punishing yourself. Self-punishment is a brutal, vicious cycle. Or your dad saying, what are you so dumb that you can't get up? And now you're like, what are you so dumb? Why'd you eat that cake? Why'd you have that cookie? Did you find yourself doing that? Have you made that connection to where it could have came possibly from there?
Absolutely. That's why when having children, I would never use the word fat. I would never use the word stupid, because of it being used with, you know, on me and the way it made me feel. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's crazy. Unbelievable. So let's fast forward now, Heidi. Right now, I want to get in. So now we know the story. We know where it came from. We know the mindset. Now, mind you, we've missed a lot of pieces because that's a deep story. But I wanted to give people the nutshell. So thank you for sharing those vulnerable parts of life. So 2020, March of 2020, you're at the healthiest weight that you've been at. You're thriving. And then all of a sudden, the world flips upside down, like within like a blink of an eye, it seemed like. And this pandemic strikes and lockdown, and you all of a sudden, you know, talk to us about what happened when the pandemic hit. What happened to your happy place?
Right. So anyway, my husband and I, we're going to be married 39 years.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. We lived in one house for 35 years. He's, you know, thinking about retirement. He said, I've always wanted to go fishing and I want to travel cross country. Well, long story short, we sold the house. We bought a house. We had a house built down in Barnegat, New Jersey, on the water and everything. And that was great for a couple of years, you know. But then the family called us, or I was yearning to be closer with the family and the children. So we decided to put the house on the market. We were down in Florida. We have a fifth wheel, and, you know, we're snowbirds. And my husband said, you can't buy a house until you sell the house. But instead, I bought a house before I sold the house.
Okay.
So I was on a mission to sell the house. So long story short, he and our two Bijans lived in Florida, and I lived in Barnegat, New Jersey in the wintertime to sell the house, and the pandemic hit, you know. And I was showing the house every single weekend. I had an open house. Stupid me, because I wanted to present it as—
Hold on, stop.
I know. You just caught me. And
you're not allowed to say that word. Okay, keep going. Go ahead.
You're right. So I was living on my own, And I had the pantry empty. I had the refrigerator empty, the freezer empty to show that it was like a new house.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in my shakes, and I was at my best. And then the pandemic hit. I flew down to Florida, and helped my husband bring, the rig home.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole thing started with moving, and nothing against lawyers, but the buyer of the house was a lawyer who hired a lawyer, wanted me to have a lawyer.
Uh-huh.
And it was extremely stressful.
Yeah.
Needless to say, they bought the house and everything was okay. But the stress of moving, can I be honest here?
Please be honest.
Okay. I'm not a drinker. I'm not on drugs or anything, but my husband and I kind of had fun driving and moving every day. We would load up the truck the night before. We would take 2 hits, take the nice drive to Pennsylvania, unload, and we did that every day. He doesn't get the munchies. So it just started that terrible vicious.
Yeah. So what you did, not realizing it, because of the stress, because of the extra stuff of life, because of whatever, you see what happened was you really never officially broke those habits just yet. You never actually did the work and had the aha moment of food is powerful. And if I choose this, this is what it does. And if I choose that, like, it was so easy to just go back. Lenny loves it. He's like, haha, damn munchies. If you, Lenny, if you never work on that, and this is the crazy part, right? This is why so many people struggle. This is what I've learned from health coaching for so many years. Unless you have the aha moment, and it's really like a slap across the face where it's just like, whoa, like it just becomes crystal clear. It's so hard to describe unless you have it. Every single person that's done the 11-day ER shred, you're welcome. You've had that aha moment that's taken some people years and years and years and years and thousands of dollars to figure out, but you have that aha moment, but you never had that aha moment, right? So pandemic hits, you put on 40 pounds. Did I read that right? 40 pounds. 40 wow. Pounds. So 40 pounds from couple hits, munchies, moving, so on and so forth, right? And it's to that point. So you put on 40 pounds. What are you feeling like when you put on this additional 40 pounds? You're at the healthiest weight you've been. Right. And now all of a sudden, not only has the world flipped upside down, you just put 40 pounds back on. What were you feeling at that point in time? What was and if you use bad words, this is different because you're not calling yourself that, but what were you feeling at that point in time?
Inflammation, pain. Felt 20 years older. I felt like I was 80 years old. It hurt even walking up a curb. The inflammation, Yeah. Yeah.
What about mentally? Did you start to punish yourself again? Did you start to talk bad to yourself? Did you call yourself stupid? Did you tell yourself you're a failure? Did you start to go play those games all over again?
A hypocrite, Isagenix.
Yeah.
We have a license plate that says Isolife on it. And look at me.
And that's what you thought. You were trying to do one thing, but you were living something else.
Right. How can I help somebody if I can't even help myself?
Oh yeah, Heidi, I feel that in my heart because I didn't do that with my health, but I did it with life. And it's not something I'm proud of. You know what I mean? So I do. And I appreciate you sharing that because it's something that a lot of people struggle with. So let's get into this. September, you enroll in Dr. Ina's Restart program. Can you just tell us very briefly what is Dr. Ina's Restart program for people that might not be aware of it? Okay,
can we go back just a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
We we sold the house. We're in the house in Pennsylvania. The grandchildren come over and we're having fun. I'm trying to have fun with them. And my little Jake, 5 years old at the time, said, "Grandmom, you're fat." And that was it. And, you know, it was so innocent, but yet kids are true, you know, they speak the truth.
When he said that to you, what thoughts, what feelings rushed through your body?
Yeah, like I wanted to cry, you know, like here I go again, you know.
Yeah.
I
mean, did it make you feel like a failure? Did it make you, did you lose the confidence and stuff again that you built up? And
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So then, yes, Dr. Ina put it out there, you know, the Restart group. And I said, yeah, I got to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I know she can help me. I mean, she's Dr. Ina, you know.
Yeah. She is a special person. We're so lucky to have her and Dr. Glenn. And
to this day, I can still remember the first time I saw her on stage talking to 2,000 people.
Yeah.
And I know her.
Yeah.
Friends. Yeah, I'm going to do this.
Yeah. And tell people what, you didn't just enroll to like go down the street. Like, what did you have to do to get to that program?
Well, Ina lived in Toms River in New Jersey, and I lived in Pennsylvania. But you know what? I took the drive 2 hours down there. We have an amazing group of women. We're called bitches. We love it. We love, you know. And I have an amazing girlfriend, Judy Roberts, and I slept over. And I went to the classes, and it was amazing, you know, because we all have a story, you know, but when you're struggling with food, it's a similar story, you know.
Yeah.
But you learn off of each other, you know. So there was a lot of crying, aha moments, you know, learning from one another, and amazing.
That's amazing. I know. I mean, the work that Dr. Ina and Glenn have put in for years. I got Dr. Glenn coming up one of these Tuesdays soon. I can't wait to dive in because the work that they do, and I know they've had struggles too, you know, and they're open about it. I mean, that's the cool thing is that what people don't realize is that we all struggle. You know, we all struggle. I actually posted something about this morning. I was like, of course I struggle. I just don't quit. I just don't quit. And as long as you just don't ever quit, and you keep going and you keep going. You ever see that thing where somebody's digging and like you can see like the diamonds or the gold that's like just a little bit, and they start turning around and they're walking away because they dug and they never got anything, and they're like that close. And then on top you see somebody coming in and they're just going and going and going and going because they have all this fresh energy, right? Like
I'm never going back.
Yes.
Never going back.
Yes.
I know how that feels. And even with doing the restart, you know, we did a 3-week sugar detox.
Yep.
You know, people listening here doing or maybe thinking about doing the ER shred, it's 11 days. This was a 3-week sugar detox. What did I learn about my body?
Yeah.
I mean, you could only eat green tip bananas, only green apples, not red because of the extra sugar. Certain berries, not strawberries because of the extra sugar. I mean, you learn a lot, you know, and yes, your body comes alive when you when you do a sugar detox.
Yeah.
Isn't
it crazy how I think sugar is one of the most powerful legal drugs on the face of the planet. I think food's the most powerful legal drug on the face of the planet. And it's just, isn't it mind blowing when you put
I can remember
the connection together, healthy. Yeah, if you're in the right position to enjoy the strawberry, but if you're in a health crisis, the extra sugar is not going to do you any good. And I think we get so trapped in this, especially today. It's so confusing, you know? And I mean, man, the value of a group like that being led by, you know, somebody with that type of vast experience of working with so many women and so many people. And then you got Dr. Glenn, who's done his practice, and, you know, together, and that group of women, like, that's the tribe that we talked about a little bit, right? Like, you had that tribe that kind of lets you. So November 15th, 11 days before Thanksgiving, you jump into the ER shred, your first ever ER shred, right?
Yes.
And you lose 12 pounds, excuse me, and 12 pounds and 15 inches in your very first shred. And your bio says, most importantly, you came alive. And I know you talked about that, but what does that mean? Like, what is that expression, come alive? Try to describe that for somebody who's not felt that, but deserves to feel it.
Right. This protocol is unbelievable, you know, and so I saw Laura Menendez, and then I saw Glenn and his results. And with doing the 3-week sugar detox, I said, I know this will work. I understand this. But not until you do it can you totally feel it. So yes, I did it. And by day 3, I came alive. And
That's
then
awesome.
really came alive day 5. And I'm like,
what does that mean, Heidi? When you say come alive, like describe what coming alive meant for somebody who's like, what the hell does come alive mean?
Okay, the energy. The energy was unbelievable. I'm 63 years old, you know, and you take a nap once in a while, right? No, I had so much energy that in the morning I just wanted to get up and keep going, go, and then at nighttime keep going, you know. Yeah. My body felt so great, no pain, moving with a lot less effort. You know, I'm living life effortlessly.
Yeah.
Everything that I'm doing is taking less effort to do. So I'm not wasting my time, you know, struggling anymore.
Yeah. Can you see the comments on your screen that I put up?
Yes.
Can you see the one that I just put up right now?
From Glenn. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 He's awesome. I tell you, I reached out to them to talk to them before I talked to you. And those two, they love you so much. They're so proud of you. The work that you've put in. I mean, I have messages from Ina that I saved that she's just over the moon excited for you.
A million thanks to her. Yeah. ER Shred and this community is unbelievable.
Yeah, they are truly, truly special people. So Heidi, you're down now. You've been living the ER Shred lifestyle ever since you did the first one. Yeah. How many official 11-day shreds have you put yourself through?
You know, Jesse, I can't even count. Maybe 3, but I'm just living the ER Shred lifestyle.
Yes, you get it.
Okay?
You totally get it.
I don't go on that scale. Like I remember you saying, take that scale and blow it up, you know? I mean, I have non-scale victories. At the age of 63, my vision has gotten better. My blood work here is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Before starting the Restart group with Dr. Ina, blood work, diagnosed pre-diabetic, you know, put on 6 different pills, 6 pills. I can honestly say my cholesterol has never been better. The good cholesterol is up, great. The bad cholesterol is down. My thyroid medicine for the first time ever has been cut in half. So I'm only on 1 pill now, and that's the thyroid.
Yeah.
I had vision work done or, tests done in Florida where they take the picture behind your eye. Those veins, the doctor couldn't believe the difference from last year to this year.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, whenever I hear these stories, I'm always like, whoa. But then when I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like, I got to remember what I'm always preaching. Like, you, Heidi, you, and each and every single one of us, we are the miracle, right? There's no diet, there's no program, there's no potion, there's no pill, there's no shake, there's no magical elixir. There's nothing that will work single-handedly to create ultimate health. It's the commitment from you, the raising your hand to say yes, the making the commitment, the driving, the whatever you have to do. No excuses, no bullshit anymore. And then it's understanding that all the body needs is what we were designed to work with in the first place, right? Like way back when, we didn't have processed sugars, we didn't have grains, we didn't have food made in laboratories, we didn't have, companies that are doing secret testing to see how addicted we are to the sugar, and is it too sweet, is it too this? Like, we didn't have any of that shit. And you wonder why health was so good back then to where it is now, right? And all these things, I want to make sure that we just make it really very clear. Once again, we do not say that you cannot come on this program and we can't treat you, we can't cure you, we can't help your diseases, we can't do any of that. But what we can do is we can give you the tracks to run on. We can show you how to fuel your body with nutrient-dense foods of all kinds, right? Real whole foods, supplementation, which is still whole foods, real foods in a different form. We can show you how to fill your body full of amazing nutrition. And when you give your body the vitamins, the nutrients, the minerals that it needs, you have exactly what is happening to you right now. You're coming alive, right?
Let's see. My A1C, if anybody knows that, with the sugar, was 11.4. It is now 5.5.
Wow.
Wow. And
wow. I mean, if that's not a testament in itself, okay, like blood doesn't lie, and you're in the group just like me. You've seen report after report after report. We teach people to eat good quality red meat. We teach people to eat lots of healthy fat. We teach people to strip away all the bullshit, the soy, the gluten, the pesticides, the herbicides, the grains, all the stuff that doesn't serve a purpose. Not that we can't eat it. Not that I can't go eat it. It's not about that. It's that it doesn't serve us, right? And we've seen so many stories now, and blood doesn't lie, that this is like bulletproof in my mind. There is not a single person that can try to come at me and say that this isn't one of the most powerful and best health protocols that has ever been put together. And the coolest part about this is it kind of happened on accident. It happened because of a health crisis. It happened because of good friends who struggled and came together and never gave up. It's the story just like you're talking about, right? It's kind of the same thing, but a little bit different. And then we kind of took science and we took our common sense and we pieced things together and we came up with this amazing, simple, easy thing to strip it all away and just give the body what it needs. And man, look at what it's doing.
Yes.
I mean, that's a drastic change. 11 to 5. I mean, I don't understand if people understand that the magnitude of that. It's mind blowing. That is freaking mind blowing.
I wear a sensor, and even though I'm not diabetic, I still wear the sensor.
Yeah.
Okay. And I am in the green flat line.
Unbelievable.
And I make sure that I plan ahead. When we went to Florida, we have a residential refrigerator. I took 12 dozen eggs because I live in an area where I can get the pastured soy-free eggs and everything. I took 12 dozen. Right down the street is 600 acres of grass-fed meat that I can buy. And I see them in the pasture eating this dark green grass, you know? I don't eat vegetables. I'm eating the grass-fed meat.
So the animals are eating the vegetables, and then you're getting your vegetables through the animal.
I'm not wasting money on fruits and vegetables that always went bad in my refrigerator. I make my incubated shake. I love my bone broth with butter in it. I whip it up, and we traveled from Florida to Pennsylvania, and my body has never felt at peace.
Unbelievable.
We traveled 2 years ago, and I was eating, sleeping, because I was eating the wrong kinds of food, not enjoying the journey. And now I'm loving every minute of it. Today, in a week, we travel cross country for 3 months.
Wow.
The refrigerator will be full with my eggs, my grass-fed butter, and my grass-fed meat.
Yeah.
Then wild fish. I love wild fish. So.
Yeah. Dr. Glenn just posted something. He says, when you get used to feeling good, you will willingly work to maintain it. Oh. And, it's crazy to me because before you might have said, oh, that's such a process. I have to store this and I have to do this and I have to do that. And it's just so much easier to go this and go that, and not realizing that we're still spending time to buy the same food, just different quality. We're still going out. We're still doing this. It's literally that mindset shift. And now look at you. It's like, for you basically describe my life. Like, I don't even think it's not an inconvenience at all. It's actually super easy. It makes my life easy. It makes my shopping easier. It makes my cooking easier. It makes everything easier doing life like this. And I even feel freaking better. Like, I don't understand how.
I'm saving money. I am saving money because I don't go to Wawa and spend $10 worth of junk food.
Yeah.
Eat it and still feel hungry and craving more food.
Yeah.
My body is at peace.
Yeah. Heidi, let's finish it with this. Talk to me now about how are you waking up every day? You guys just took the most amazing trip with your grandkids. Talk to me about what it feels like to have the energy now today, to not be in pain, to step up on that curb, to keep up with those little buggers, to be that grandma. Rod posted something that you are the Grandpa Project, but obviously the Grandma Project in full swing. I mean, that's the mission of his project, right? Is that you deserve to have this time. So tell me, what joy has that brought to you, getting your health back to be able to do something like that?
Jesse, I have so much freaking energy that last Wednesday I drove down to New Jersey. We had our last class, maintenance, with Dr. Ina. It went until 12:30, 1 o'clock at night.
Wow.
I slept over at my girlfriend's house. We talked a little bit even more. I didn't get to bed till 2. Had the alarm set at 5. Woke up at 5. Got here, back home, loaded up the rig, went and picked up my granddaughter at preschool, drove to school to pick up my grandson from kindergarten, brought him back, and we took him up camping. And their parents came the next day. Mm-hmm. So of course you get up there to Yellowstone Yogi Bear Camp with a big water park, 3 pools, 2 hot tubs, playground, bouncy things.
Yeah.
I mean, you name it, we did it. And I was up till 10 o'clock at night with them. I mean, I just kept going and going and going without any of the e-shot or BIA or any other things, It's just pure natural energy.
And how does that make you feel?
Are you kidding? My grandson is saying, instead of calling me fat, I must have heard 100 times this past weekend, Grandma, I love you. Because I'm playing with them and I'm having fun and I'm making magical memories with them,
Yeah. Yeah. I can see you holding it back. That's what it's all about, right?
Oh, are you kidding? I wish I had this when I was raising my two children, my son and daughter. But I can't think and you can't wish. I just wish for all the young parents out there, mothers, please do this. And so that you have the energy that you should have with the children, and enjoy the children like I'm enjoying the grandchildren. They have that saying, oh, it's great being a grandmother because you can enjoy them and give them back. No, I want them as much as I can have them because I have the energy now to enjoy them.
Yeah.
They make me feel younger because I'm playing. I didn't play with my kids.
Yeah.
I envy you and Crystal and Sean and Crystal living this life with your children, Yeah, it's amazing. It's a magical journey that I'm on. And, like Peter Greenlaw said, you don't know how bad you feel until you find out how good you can feel.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Heidi, I can't thank you enough. I mean, that right there, I mean, if people heard nothing else, I hope they heard that last bit, that last plea, coming from somebody who's struggled for 53 years, really more so because we're talking November when it finally clicked for you. And it seems like the mindset's right. The mindset now is adjusted. It's physically connected to the physical. You really kind of have the whole holistic circle. I mean, you have meaning for life, family, your why, your mentality. You're no longer not worth it. You're loving yourself. You have the energy, the physical results. I mean, Heidi, you are crushing it on all levels. And I cannot thank you for your time enough. I can't thank you for being a part of this community. I can't thank you enough for trusting in this crazy, quote unquote, crazy, which is not so crazy protocol after all. You are such a true blessing to the ER Shred community. I look forward to seeing your post. I look forward to seeing your life. I look forward to celebrating the goals that you don't even know that you're going to smash yet, but I know you're going to smash them. Like, I hope you realize that I am one of your biggest freaking cheerleaders. And I will be here with my butter and my pom-poms and my whistles and my blowhorns and my foghorns and whatever you need, my friend. We will be here loving on you. Sean saying ditto, he's going to be right here, and Crystal and Bob and Susan and all of us, Heather and everybody that's a part of this amazing freaking community. Just being a part of this alone is enough to up level your life. Like, if you just need that little bump just to give you the jump start, come into the damn community, get loved on, see what it's like to have 20,000+ people all jiving on the highest level of energy vibes that are out there in the universe. Trust me, it makes a difference. Don't think of it as wahoo and hoo-hoo stuff. Like, think of it as what if it really can make a difference. And your testimonial is so powerful that I hope people really, really grabbed onto that. So listen, I can't thank you enough. I am so happy for you. I am so happy for you that you get to live this life now and enjoy those grandbabies and just do you. And I cannot wait to continue to watch you crushing this. So thank you so much, Heidi.
We are leaving next week, and we're calling ourselves the ER Shred Travelers.
I love it.
And
I love it. That's right. If somebody sees that fifth wheel, you got the license plate, you got the QR code, like, you guys are screaming it from the rooftops for anybody who's open-minded enough and willing to know. And man, you are a walking testament of what the possibility is, what can really happen if you just learn to say yes to yourself and love yourself. That is such an important first step. And man, you have done that, Heidi. I mean, you are glowing you're seriously just this ball of energy. I mean, I feel it coming through the computer. And I'll tell you, we just can't thank you enough. I really, really can't. So you're so welcome, friend. You're so welcome. Listen, guys, we went a little over, but listen, people's stories are worth it. I could care less if we're a little bit over. I'd give Heidi another 18 hours if she needs another 18 hours. Go ahead.
That's another thing I learned with Dr. Ina. That was my old story. This is my new story.
Hell yes, friend. Hell yes. Listen, guys, if you want to find out more about the ER Shred, go to ershred.com. If you want to be a part of our community, www.ershredders.com. If you want to hear more amazing testimonials that will literally give you goosebumps, join us every Wednesday, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for our Shred Your Testimonial calls, where we have like 40 minutes of just goosebump chilling testimonials of stories like this, shorter versions where we don't do such a deep dive of people coming alive. And then Thursday, we even have an amazing opportunity call for people, because again, the ER Shred community has something for everybody. Take a little piece of it, take all of it. We don't care. Whatever it is that's got to fit your life, we are here for you. So Heidi, thank you once again. Everybody who gave us their time, thank you. We will see you here same time, same place next Tuesday. Until then, have an amazing night and just cheers to your amazing health.
Absolutely.
Good night.